Welcome to Burning Metal Shooting the Breeze episode 9. In this episode I'm joined by Awaken Dominion. How are things, lads?
Well, hey, top notch. Getting on the ladder, man. Getting on the goods.
Yeah, we've got a lot of history. You were actually the first metal band to actually play for me, because that gig at Benriscaman back in 2013 you opened, so you were the first ones. And you were also the last ones in Roscommon as well too, and the infamous gig with that dickhead that kept turning off all the speakers.
Oh, I remember
yeah. Good. Not the Halloween gig.
It was, yeah. He was a fucking disaster, that lad. Good crack though.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Makes for good banter, definitely.
So what year was that? 2013?
2013, yeah.
And tell us, did you get clean drinking water over that far yet?
Not out of the tap, man. You have to fucking get a good water purifier in, you'll be alright.
Jesus, they're not going to want the charger for that.
Yeah, 2013. It's a good while ago now,
isn't it?
Yeah.
Not a bit, lads.
Jeez, it feels like that since we've actually played a gig now at this stage.
Yeah.
And COVID shite.
We're all getting fatter and older and greyer and balder.
Speak for yourself, man. I'm still wearing a high-vis jacket.
Yeah, 2013 was kind of, you had a big run up to 2013, and then you kind of vanished.
Yeah, we were flat out probably in and around that year previous, 2012, 2013. Jeez, we were doing a gig every week, I think, wasn't it?
Mm.
Yeah, we were 2 gigs a week again, so most of it, yeah. And after just kind of fucking life happened for everybody, I guess.
I think we burnt out.
Yeah, to be honest. Probably, yeah, as well.
I was definitely not into that, yeah.
But nothing has changed. The band is still going strong, and everybody's doing what they can in different areas, and there's just so much music there. So, we released the what would you call it? The High Rise EP. I don't know what that'd be kind of the newest stuff. And we previously released the older album, Stripping Pride to the Bone, there a couple of weeks ago. So, which we never actually done properly. So it was really cool to do that.
10 years to release.
So we've absolutely a shit ton of songs, man. So it's kind of cool. We're just they're all released now, and we're going to hopefully do videos and keep on top of that in that sense. So, yeah. Sick.
Yeah, well, there was a situation back in the day. You recorded an EP and it could never actually get released for some reason. Was there some legal problem or something you had at the time?
I don't know what, actually. I think...
No, there was... We had a deal with someone that they paid for the recording that we got all the artwork sorted, and yeah, we just kind of never got the artwork sorted, so that was kind of held it back.
The years slowly passed by. We were like, what the fuck? Which was it was quite annoying at the time, because we put so much work into getting it done, and gigging the fuck out of all the stuff. And we were gigging so much, it would have been really cool to release it at that time for everybody to have. But yeah, that just happened. But I suppose it is what it is in that sense. So absolutely delighted to get it all out now, which is cool. Just looking forward to get gigging again, man. It's going to be fucking amazing. It's going to be so cool to actually play all these songs.
You have to relearn all those old songs as well.
Yeah,
it's been a long time.
It's been ages. Fucking hell. It's just gigging. I just can't wait to gig.
Yeah.
Who knows what the situation will be though with COVID. It's just fucking happening, hasn't it?
It's up in the air now, yeah.
You'll have to speak up a bit there, lads.
Oh, it's no, everything's just up in the air now. There's no certainty with any of it. So everyone's just said, all musicians across the board are just left floating out at sea now.
Look at with the AMP promotions up in Mullingar. When things do come back, you'll definitely have a full house when you do play again, anyway.
Please God, man. Yeah, the last gig we actually... When was the last gig we played?
A few days before the lockdown.
Yeah, I think we got 3 days before lockdown we got our last gig in.
And that was actually... Yeah, that was really, really cool. It was a good turnout. And
yeah, we had Arc down.
I went down in Stone, man. It's such a great night. it's cool to see everyone there fucking absolutely going crazy, mosh pits and everything.
Yeah.
So that was our last gig. 3 days before.
Yeah, it's another bit you can build it up and then another thing, just the brakes popping it so sudden like. But you know, as things open up, I suppose. Good stuff.
Definitely. Fucking yeah, try and get videos done and whatnot, like release, just have something to back up the material online, like, 'cause I think that's important when there's no gigs going on, you know.
Mm-hmm.
You hear us up, man.
It's low. Yeah, you're talking a bit low. You're kind of moving further back and kind of.
I think it's probably just the Zoom signal. Can you hear us better now?
Yeah, it's a bit better now. Yeah, you were just a small bit away.
Yeah, cool. No, it must be the signal or something.
Yeah, it's good. It was getting good in there in Mullingar there for a while before everything closed up. The gigs were getting better. There was bigger crowds coming. Yeah, spent 3 years building gigs up in Mullingar, and then it all came to a quick stop. So yeah, I'd say when we do go back in Mullingar, it's going to be, yeah, people are just going to be mad to get out. So I'd say it's going to be absolutely packed to the rafters.
Hopefully, man.
That venue itself's after expanding as well, and a big upstairs smoking area now as well. So
What
you're
happened
gonna,
in the Yukon?
yeah, they built a full upstairs smoking area, so it's going to be probably double the amount of people that you could fit into originally. So that would be interesting to see.
Or it'd be like Dublin. Smoking area be fucking packed and no one will be watching you.
Yeah. Oh, we'll sort that out, man. I'll have to bring the wooden spoon with me, you know. I bring the wooden spoon and start slapping holes around the place, get everyone in. But no, it's good. It's exciting. Like, I can't wait. It will be class. There will come a day soon, hopefully. I'd say I'll just try to blow over by next summer, hopefully. You know. Might be
Oh, I think before then.
Hopefully, yeah. Like, just hate getting my expectations up and then getting fucking blown up, you know.
Well, there was that gig in the Royal Hospital Canadian yesterday, and they had one antigen test came up as COVID, and that person then presented a negative PCR. So far, it's been good data for a show like that.
Yeah, they're all in little like
Paddocks or something.
They're
Like
like
a cattle market.
they're
Yeah.
it's like a cattle market. You can hear us all right, man. I just have to keep checking because we don't want to sit here talking for 5 minutes and then you not hear anything we're saying.
I do at times, but you kind of get you're kind of talking lower between yourselves. Or your voice seems to go drop down an octave or something. I don't know.
All right. Okay.
You kind of have to amplify yourself up a bit when you're doing these things.
We'll have to shout, so
Yeah.
project the voice. Get it
Project
out.
You've done plenty of shouting over the years. It shouldn't be a problem.
No, never. But yeah, it'd be interesting to see, you know, the small venues how they kind of get back into the swing of things with live music and stuff. So really looking forward to that. Like, band wise, we're just fucking doing our own little bits and
We're still working away in the background.
yeah, absolutely. Like, you know, practicing over the stuff and bit of new material here and there as well. So
Yeah, we've a
Basically getting ready to
huge
come back.
backlog of material to get through.
we've so many songs, like it's not even funny. So there's always stuff to be doing, you know what I mean?
That's a good complaint, especially when you're trying to keep your name out there. Even if you just recorded songs at intervals and just post them online, you know, to keep a steady momentum going.
That's the key, I think, man. Yeah, exactly. Like, you have to be kind of every fucking couple of months, even, or whatever, just releasing videos for tunes and stuff like that. So that's where it's at, like, until we get gigging again, you know.
I think even if you're a fairly well-established band now, if you don't release anything for a while, people just forget about you, because with the internet the way it's gone now, people have like fucking goldfish memories, you know. You kind of have to keep a name out the whole time, or you'll be forgotten completely.
Yeah, well, we're planning on just moving forward, maybe doing a single at a time, as opposed to trying to get EPs together or full albums, because the price of doing it is just, it's a lot. And if you're putting out singles, you're keeping people's interest as well, because you're going to be putting it out quicker, you know.
Yeah, with Spotify and all the rest now, you know, the revenue isn't quite what it was, and with no gigs, it's very hard to sell off a physical copy too. So it's kind of anything that keeps the.
It's a joke when it comes to like any sort of give back to the artist at all, but I think it's always been like that anyway. So fuck it, like we just keep going. You know what I mean?
Within reason.
Yeah, within reason, I guess. But yeah, that's it. Just staying on top, releasing singles and stuff online regularly is the key. Like keeping the fan base there, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, loads of stuff to be at, and not enough time.
No.
Yeah, myself and Ed there were we were thinking and hoping we might be able to do something up on the mountain come August, but I don't think it's going to be possible now. I think it's just a bit too soon.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's a shame. We were looking forward to that so much.
Yeah.
Just a session in the field. It was going to be brilliant. So it was.
It's a break. It's a great site as well. Like it's a lovely little spot. Like
Yeah. I was looking at the photos on Facebook and stuff. It looks like a really nice place. Like
we were out for a few pints last night, myself and a couple of us, and we were only chatting about that. It would have been class, man. But we get there. It'll happen when it happens, you know. I think people can't fucking. This is what I'm saying. I'd say it'll be next year, like by the time anything real happens, because the government just keep fucking scaremongering the shite out of people with all this new variants and fucking. Do you know what I mean?
This new variant that seems to match very closely to hay fever.
Yeah. It's just a pain in the backside. We actually have Evan's little girl is here doing camera work here. So, her name is Robin. She's helping us out doing the camera work.
Yeah, she's looking very puzzled right now.
She's doing a good job.
But she does be handy for stuff like this. She's generally in the background there. You might know.
Yeah.
very good. Your own professional camera person. Got more than I have. I'm stuck here with my old Zoom camera on a fucking laptop.
You're way behind the times, man. You need to start having yourself some kids.
What to say that?
Yeah.
This last week.
Yeah. There's babies left, right, and centre around Mullingar, man.
So there'll be another band.
Want a Dundee, then I get one handy enough.
Oh, I'll send you off one or two if you want them, man. Cheap enough as well. But the future metal, the future generation of music, you know. So.
There's a good few kids coming through now at the minute again, though, like young Thomas Hines, and he's got in with this old Listery, the All Ireland Metal Project. They released their first track earlier today, so that's nice. Good when you've got young lads like him getting into that kind of circle at 15. It's only going to encourage more, I find.
Oh man, it's so good to see. It's so good to see stuff like that happening. Like just young kids that are actually class, like, and they're so into it. It's great. Kind of reminds you of when we were young, how we started out, you know. Yeah, more luck to them, man. It's absolutely great to see, keeping the stuff alive, you know.
A lot of them as well too. They're learning how to use Reaper and stuff, and they're just doing it all themselves, DIY too, you know. So they're learning as they're going, and they're building as they're going as well by constantly releasing music. And no one's going to expect grade A production from a 15-year-old or a 16-year-old.
But that's it, man. That's where it's at, to be able to do that stuff yourself, to be self-sufficient at it. It's definitely the way forward. Like, and it's going to be interesting to see and hear all this fucking music that's being created at the minute. Like, Ireland's some spot for music, though. In fairness, for all different genres, you know, and different styles. It's great wee country we live in, to be fair.
Let's just hope now when all the bands come back, people will give a fuck, like.
Yeah.
So that's one thing that's kind of always went against the Irish scene, you know. People support it to a point, and then it kind of falls off again. Like I know I've got a history of it, but there was loads of festivals attempted over the years, and they've never fucking met it. Like, you know, it's just people cry out for this for so long, and then when it actually gets put together, no one buys a fucking ticket. Like, you know, so hopefully now this might cap on people. Like, you know, you've got everything taken away from you from like nearly your 2 years. Like, you might want to just get out and support your own next time and not be relying on people coming from other countries.
Yeah, that's very, very true, man. You don't know what you got till it's gone.
Yeah, I think we all learned that.
Yeah, very true.
What was that big festival in Dublin that was meant to happen? It was
the few.
Yeah, there was one that came back though. It hadn't been on since like the early '90s or something like that.
Oh, Sunstroke.
Sunstraw, yeah, man, I had tickets for that. It was fucking raging, so I was, that would have been absolutely class.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
just to have something like that on your front door, like with big bands, like.
Yeah.
Yeah, to be honest with you though, that was going to be an absolute fucking disaster because they weren't opening the campsite on Friday at all. So basically, you were going to have thousands upon thousands all arriving in at the same time on Saturday.
Looting the place over.
Yeah, well, you know, traffic management was a big problem they had with what was that one altogether now? Like there was no people were waiting 9 hours to try to get into the festival.
Yeah.
No, fuck that shite, man. Like,
And that just leave you in a bad mood.
boys, if that happened in Germany, is it all be fucking shot? Do
Yeah.
you know what I mean? You need to be organized with all this. It needs to all be well organized. Like that's the thing, you know. Just efficient as possible. But I suppose easier said than done when you're organizing fucking a big massive festival. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But
But at least have the bit of foresight to just open up on the night before and get the campers in anyway, so you'll have it a lot easier for people to get in and out. Like,
that's it. Like,
doesn't make sense to open on a Saturday. Like with your electric picnic, it's what, Thursday evening you get to go down and start camping. Like,
Yeah, you pay for early access.
yeah, but it gives people time to get settled as well, you know.
Yeah, but you get to pick a nice spot as well.
Yeah,
benefits
it's
doing
true.
things like that.
yeah, I go to Bloodstock every year, and Thursday they open up around 12 o'clock in the day, and it's about 7 o'clock in the evening. You get a few bands playing on the Sophie Lancaster stage, but that's just the way to do it. Like, it's just 101. Like,
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
That doesn't make any other sense or any other way. Like, do you know what I mean?
No.
Doesn't make sense to do it. Fucking.
still though, let's hope this whole Clang thing takes off, you know?
Which one was Klangman?
The one that was in the National Stadium with Candlemass and Coroner and a few others.
Oh yeah. I don't know, there was that many of them.
Did that go ahead or was that cancelled?
Oh, it was called off again. It's moved to next year.
Ah,
Story of our lives, but you know, they're probably going to prioritize profit and throw everything out and just waste everyone's time basically again and again and again. So I don't know. I like the level of this organization, the whole thing from the state has just been pretty abysmal. The lack of communication and all things, like even what was it Friday, the health minister announced about the vaccines to our age group say, and didn't tell the pharmacies. Like the pharmacies inundated with calls all day, people trying to book injections with them, and they had no idea.
Sure, the Minister for Health, he's no background in health at all. He's no health minister.
Which I don't think we've had a minister for health degrees in years.
It's fucking shocking, like.
Most of them are all school teachers or solicitors.
Stays backwards, man. Shocking.
Well, look, at Bloodstock is hopefully going to happen next month, so that's a good omen, you know. And even though it was a fucking dystopian fucking nightmare, that gig happened yesterday, you know.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's definitely a step in the right direction. Things are kind of testing now how to get things back up and running again, which is great. Like, it just can't fucking happen quick enough, can it?
No.
You know. So buzzing to just fucking be able to go and play again and have everyone like-minded, enjoying music, having pints in the crack. Can't fucking wait.
I'm surprised there hasn't been more garden parties, to be honest.
Well, there's probably been a few off the radar, but
Yeah, private gardens.
yeah,
yeah, they were done.
yeah.
Back in the day, like before in Roscommon, like before we had the Rooster and other places, we used to fucking put on. I wasn't putting them on now, but we're putting them on in people's gardens, like. Just build up a bit of a stage and a small gazebo, and had 20 or 30 people in somebody's garden. You know, I'm like fucking that could be done, like, you know.
Those are the best. I think those stuff like that's like.
There is one in Mullingar. We played that with a different band. You know, the one out with the lake.
Oh, yeah.
There's one, it's only a small festival, and it's just
It's like a
just
private
out with the
festival.
lake, like, it's nice. It's a nice idea. If you could just have more people doing it, it'd be grand. Like,
Yeah.
Getting a good extension. If you got extension leads and wire out the fucking out the power and away you go. Plug it in.
That's it, man.
You know, it's not fucking rocket science at the end of the day. Plug in a few bits and get a bit of a front of house system going, and once you're looking, away you go. Like,
Absolutely, man. Class.
Do you think metal could stand to have sort of a subculture like the rave scene where we're sneaking around in the dead of night in the most remote locations, putting on metal gigs?
up in Belfast, the Warzone collective. Did you assume you played in the Warzone over the years? Did you?
No,
Yes,
no. I think we only ever played in Belfast once.
In the Limelight, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Warzone was basically a fucking warehouse, as far as I know. People brought their own beer and everything. You know, it's kind of like the thing in Athlone as well that lasted 5 minutes.
And is the Warzone? Does it still run, or is it just? Was it just?
It's gone now. It's gone a few years now, but it was kind of that's the way it was. A kind of a warehouse gigs, basically, like the warehouse gigs in Galway as well too. That used to run.
Yeah, it'd be nice to get to one of those.
And
Have the crack, yeah, have the crack at one of those.
Could be done handy enough if you just want to keep it small, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. You can knock some crack out of them little ones, so you know.
Oh yeah, sure. Like the thing was, well, where the mountain for the site for the Iron Mountain Festival. Like when I was there at Gothic Species, you nearly knew half the fucking site by the time the weekend was over because you were all running into each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what them festivals are all about, man.
Yeah, they were pretty sweet.
You know?
Little hidey holes as well. People congregate. Just naturally occurs. People to be like water. They just settle wherever, you know.
Yeah.
Yep.
I see you've got the award there as well too. Your Cranium Titanium Award. I'd say that fucking knocked you for six when you got that.
Yeah, I was just about to
That's
say
a
we
winner.
have an old pal here made an appearance. He's quite shy though at the minute, you know. There he is there. Yeah, man, a proud moment. Like it's pretty cool to see. Just to fucking get stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
You know, you're writing music and understanding that people are enjoying it, and these you can get awards for. It's fucking pretty cool, man.
Yeah, I've one of them myself for Burning Metal. I got one back there a few years ago. I was expecting Overdrive to walk it like, and I couldn't fucking believe it when you read it out on the radio that I'd won. I was like, what the fuck?
Nice,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
Congrats. That's pretty cool. Yeah.
Yeah, to be honest, I was knocked for six because I was just watching the stream and I didn't expect our name to be called out for anything at all. And then when he did, sure, I had to have a few bottles to celebrate straight away. And then I got something else tonight as well. I couldn't believe that as well.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's
Yeah,
scary, man.
Kieran is graphic design as well.
Man, Kieran.
Yo, po.
Yeah, it's pretty deadly. Like, yeah, happy days. Hopefully, we can write songs that are cool enough, and maybe possibly win a few more awards in the next few years. Who knows? Be sweet.
I think that's the last of the Cranium Titanium awards now, though. Apparently,
Is it? Yeah.
I think he said it was the last year he was doing it because of all the work that went into it. He just doesn't have time between his own family and it's a high pressure job as well too. So
He put in a tremendous effort with that, though. Like the amount
oh,
of time
he does.
put in-
Trevor really is great for the scene. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a sound lad. He did a serious job on that. Like, and then the guests as well that had their own pick of who they thought was the best at whatever. I was surprised by the amount of people that he had doing that as well.
and some big fucking
Yeah,
names
it's
on that
pretty
guest
cool.
on the guest as well too.
Yeah, that's like I was genuinely surprised that the pull he has when it comes to people like that.
Well, 10 years though. He's been out for 10 years. No, 11 years actually. So he's probably helped a lot of people over the years as well too. Like
Yeah, this is true. This is true. He does a good job. Flies the flag. The old tuxedo is a nice touch as well.
yeah, I got all dressed up for the occasion. It must be good momentum. It must be good for the keep the momentum on the band going as well too. Winning that, you know, it kind of tells you people actually give a fuck about you.
That was the main thing for just what kind of was a nice feeling for me, like personally, like because you know just the way things are at the minute, like not doing anything and you know releasing the songs and then just fucking getting something back, like it's pretty fucking sweet, man. It was really nice. It was really nice.
Like we had a good momentum prior to winning, and everyone was just full of beans after getting that.
Yeah, it definitely spurred on it, and it inspired us to kind of be like, right, let's take the fingers out even more. And
yeah, definitely. I noticed a huge change in everyone's attitude afterwards. Like we're all tipping away at grand, and then everyone's pushing, trying to get stuff done.
Trying to get stuff, just trying to stay on top of stuff, and you know, It's cool. Oh, will you behave yourself there? I know you want to start. Will you talk then? Will you? Drunk already. Fucking hell, man. Calm down, will you? You're not getting me hyped. It's mine. There you go. Greg can't be here tonight. He's off doing something mad, climbing a mountain or usual Greg shit.
Yeah.
But
our newest member Martin's probably off doing the same thing.
Yeah, he does that lot too.
Yeah, I remember that gig back in the fucking day, the last one I put on in Roscommon, the state he fucking arrived in. You had to carry him into the venue. I'm still amazed to this day he could actually play that gig.
So were we, man. We didn't expect. I'll never forget him though, playing the solo, lying on the floor, running around. He was like Homer Simpson running around in circles on the floor. Man. Absolutely hilarious.
Best days of your life back then, man. Fucking hell. The crack we had, like.
Trying to get him into the car to go.
Oh my god, that was a saga. An hour and a half trying to find him.
Couldn't get him on the phone at all. He was nowhere to be seen. I think he was on a 2-day rollover. And then we were going out to load in the gear and he just shows up out of nowhere, like. I think he was humping the front of your car at one stage.
He was,
get in the car! No, I gotta hump the front of it!
He's destructive. He's a destructive man when he gets
Hurricane Greb.
Yeah, Hurricane.
Yeah, my mother also remembers she was at the gig in Roscommon as well back in the day, the first one. And she met Greve and he said that he didn't know what had happened the night before. He was at a wedding and I think he'd smashed the door in some hotel.
Oh
yeah, I got a phone call actually about 1:30 in the morning from a strange number and like, hello, is that Evan? Yeah. This is Shane. Do you know Shane Grevel? Yeah. This is Shane Grevel's first cousin. Will you come out and pick him up out in this place? So I had to drive like a half hour out of town, up to this fucking very fancy hotel. Took me about an hour and a half to get him into the car. The whole time I was back into town, he kept trying to jump out of it. Got him back to his house and he kept roaring and screaming. He fucking stripped off. He's running around his house with his boxers then chasing the dog. And I was trying to get him to bed and make sure he fell asleep on his side so he wouldn't vomit in his sleep or something. And I almost had him to bed and then the door creaked wrong on my way out and he started off again. It was like someone stuck another 50p in him and away with him. So, I eventually got home around 4 o'clock. And that's just typical Greg.
Yeah. Nice one, man.
Make the band a bit more interesting, having him around. You never know what the fuck is going to happen next, like.
Yeah, it's definitely a roller coaster, man.
Yeah.
I just have to pop out and turn off the oven. We got a serious amount of chicken wings, man. So I'll be back in 2 seconds.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, that gig in Roscommon, that was brilliant.
And they're all good gigs now, in fairness.
Actually, I actually miss playing Roscommon. It was a different vibe to everywhere else, like.
But most places down the country are like that when you go.
Yeah.
Like Dublin gig's a Dublin gig. I am city gigs. They're all near enough the same. But when you go down the country, it's just it's just a bit different,
Well, people are amazed to see it.
Yeah, this is it.
Unfortunately, that venue that I was using in Roscommon is long gone now anyway.
The first venue or the second venue?
Both of them.
Oh, Jesus.
Both of them are gone now. I think the original one is gone 6-7 years, and the other one is gone at least 5.
Wow.
That's a shame. The first venue was actually, it's strange because it reminds me of our practice place because it had the same paint scheme and everything with the red doors and stuff. So it felt like we were just practicing when we showed up.
Yeah, very natural.
Brilliant, like,
Yeah, it was a cool little spot that it suited it well, you know, because even there was a good few people there, but when you have it a small little place like that and it's packed, it obviously looks better to be playing in, you know.
And to be honest, like I know a lot of fans would probably dislike playing like on the same level as people, but I kind of get a kick out of playing like literally face to face with the crowd.
Floor level gigs.
Floor level, yeah, it's a totally different buzz. Like if you're up on a stage or whatever, it's there's a kind of little bit of separation, but if you're right on the floor with people, like you can nearly fucking throw your arm around them and drag them in on the stage with you, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a great opportunity for crowd interaction.
Especially if you want to jump into the pit at some stage. Just hop.
Yeah, I'd say it'd be definitely first gig back will be in Mullingar anyway. You reckon when you do come back, yeah?
Yeah, to be honest. Hit off Mullingar as our first gig back. We were planning to do a full live stream of all our material and record it all down and release it as a kind of live album thing, just to get any of the kind of loose songs that we never recorded on some sort of a recording. Like, so we might just try and redo that when gigs go back on and have a big fucking sweet metal gig in Mullingar. Get a couple of really good support bands as well.
Sure, you could maybe myself and Ed could have a chat up on the mountain, maybe see if you could potentially might be able to do that in the Great Hall, you know.
Yeah.
Before everything comes back, like.
The last day we did the recce was that crowd in from was it Hotbox or Species?
Yeah. They were there the day before, yeah.
Yeah, that could be a definite option.
Yeah. It's a cool spot.
Yeah, the more the better.
Try and keep it handy enough, keep it local, like yourselves, and we could have a word with Atios, and there's bound to be somebody else, maybe Peasant for a King or local as well, like.
We were thinking about that as well, doing just an all Mullingar gig, because I don't think Atios have played in the stables in years, like, and like the last time we played, I think we had Peasant on the bill as well, and it's great for the Mullingar crowd to have all local bands because it pulls every different type of metaler that's in town into the one venue on the same night, you know.
You had the Atios book, didn't you, before the fucking lockdown, didn't you?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we're planning a kind of.
They were with Stranglewire, weren't they?
Pardon?
Yeah, them with Stranglewire, had you not?
I think so, yeah. I don't think we had everything finalized for that one, but yeah, we're definitely looking to get them in anyway. Because as I said, if you have a local band playing, it generally brings a few extra heads in that you wouldn't normally have, you know. Because I've seen like back in like 2008, 2009, when we would have been playing regularly in the stables every Saturday, we used to have a serious crowd coming in because we'd have a Longford band coming up to join us. So you get a nice mix of Longford and Mullingar crowd. And then I seen a couple of Dublin bands coming down trying to put on their own headlining shows. And because there was no local act, no one really knew about the gigs, so no one would show up. Like it was a kind of a weird one. Like I remember I was in there one Saturday. Red Enemy were playing a headline show, and I think there was only 6 people there that day. And the lads were absolutely blown away by it. They couldn't believe that there was just no one around. And we were saying, like, sure, look, nobody really knew about it locally. Like, there was posters put up or whatever, but it just didn't resonate with everyone down, you know.
Yeah, they were a weird one. They looked like they were going to get really big, and they're just fucking gone as quick as the.
What a shame! They were savage, man. The tunes were class. Like, I still actually I think it's the Outsiders EP. I still to this day throw it on every like 2 or 3 months, like just to give it a spin, like.
The old curse of the glass ceiling came back to haunt them, I think, because they were playing in America and stuff. Like, it's fucking weird how it just.
Yeah, I'm surprised they never. Yeah, because it didn't they have crossover members with Hero and Error? which did fairly well in America.
I'm not sure now. Potentially.
I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they were just bandmate friends or whatever. But I remember, yeah, they were doing absolute class there for ages. I don't know what happened. It's a weird one. Maybe life
A bit like yourselves, maybe life got in the way. You know, you were you were flat out and then vanished for about 6 years.
Yeah, completely just off the world. But it's great because everyone took the time they needed, and now we're all back, and we're kind of in the same mindset as we were before, but just a little bit more mature, which is great.
Yeah.
And you know, going into it now, going into it now, it's not going to be a financial fucking endeavor anyway. It's going to be for the crack, like.
Yeah, well, this is it.
Ah, yeah. That's all it ever was. Some hope making money out of a metal band. Come on. Even the big ones don't make any money.
Oh, it's a weird one, but sure, we'll wait for the other lad to come back actually before we knock on the song just to get people to have a listen to it. But you said you've got plans for videos. Are you going to kind of go the same kind of route you went with as the tide takes us away, kind of a lower budget and kind of maximize it, or?
No, I don't think we're going to go the same route. To be honest, we originally were planning to do a video for Sponge, one of the songs off our first album, after we had released the Tides video, and we were kind of going to go down the comical route and just do loads of really funny stuff. We had a massive team made up for it, but we just the same thing. It just fell through in the end. But I think we'd probably go down the funny route with something.
I mean, we have a lot more access to this stuff than we ever had before now as well. So, you know, and it's we've all got mechanical different programs, different sort of things of editing software and editing suites, whatever. So, you know, it's not to say we're putting that full creative control over as well.
Yeah, well, this is it. I think that's kind of the way forward with everything now these days.
Oh, look, our French maid is right.
There you go, Phil. Help yourself, man. A bit of chicken there if you can stretch through the old fourth dimension.
Yeah, I'd say we might just go down a kind of comical route with it. Maybe have a something. So it's just something stupid.
Do something like where else know my name, no?
Yeah, I could do that. Crazy psychedelic video. You never know what we have up our sleeve.
You wouldn't know.
Oh Lord.
Any plans to get Shane Kiernan back as a guest vocalist?
That might be a bit difficult. He's all gallivanting around.
He's more than welcome anytime he wants to.
Where is he now?
He's van lifing it, so he is. He's dead.
All right, I haven't seen him in years.
He's just constantly putting up photos online of him, like diving into some picturesque little creek off some mountain in the arse end of nowhere. Oh, Ireland, Scotland, all over the place, yeah. Gosh, hanging out in Scotland with his missus. They've been over there for a couple of years now.
That's great. I actually fucking haven't seen or heard from him in such a long time. Like.
Well, yeah, he'd be more than welcome to come up on stage. Although it'd be pretty cramped because we have Kieran's brother Martin singing with us now as well. So we've already got two singers on stage. So there's no harm in having three. Some of the songs are layered that way anyway. So
yeah.
Is John Claude from Favourite Scott?
He's studying mycelium now. While away his hours.
He's what?
You know, he's become a mycologist.
What's that?
Some of his studies mushroom.
Really?
Yeah, mushrooms and fungus and that. He goes really in depth, real sciencey about it.
That's cool, man. Fair books.
Yeah, getting Martin on board is a good idea. He adds another dimension to the vocals.
Yeah,
he does.
I know, like Martin was always there anyway. Like you know, nearly every gig he got up with us and did a song or two. So like, just makes sense to have him there, and it makes it easier for me then. Like I don't have to fucking push as much. So
yeah, it just kind of naturally happened like that, which is cool. Works out really well.
Martin originally tried out to play bass when we were trying out Evan back in the day when we got our new bass player. So he's always literally been just knocking around. Like he would have been at most of the practices anyway. So I know it's nice to have a second vocalist there because it's gonna change up the style of vocals substantially now moving forward. Like the last EP we released, it would have been myself and yourself writing most of the vocals on that. So moving forward, having Martin's input is going to be, it's going to sound completely different, I'd say.
It's always good to have another, you know what I mean, another fucking input or perspective with writing music. Like, do you know what I mean? None of it would be the same if we were writing it ourselves. Like, so that's what makes it so special. And plus, like, the majority of us, like, I play drums and guitar, Anto plays drums and guitar, and everything else. Kieran fucks around with the same. Do you know what I mean? Which is cool for the band. Like, it's not like I'm just a guitarist or Grev's just a guitarist. Well, Grev, just plays guitar. But do you know that?
He's some beats in him too.
He plays
it.
He likes the death metal, man. He can blast it out fairly heavy. But no, it brings a cool dimension to writing music. Like, there's just so many cool ideas that can be thrown onto songs. Like, so it's pretty sweet. Like, you know, makes things very interesting.
I'm just really excited to move forward. We've picked out 3 songs of our older stuff. We've a back catalogue of about 35 songs that we've to like slowly record and put out. So we picked out 3, and it's going to be really interesting because I was talking to Martin the other day about just concepts for the songs. So if I come up with a concept, I just send it on to Martin, and then he sends it back with what he wants to add to it. And then when we're going to go in to do all the layering and stuff for the vocals, it's going to be fun. Like kids in the candy shop just doing layering and coming up with extra bits in studio and stuff. And the beauty of it is we're going to record everything ourselves now on. So like there's no time restraint on any of it. So we can just literally, if we don't like something, we can go back and change it. We've endless amount of time to do whatever we want with it. Like so, it's going to be interesting.
It's exciting as fuck, man. Oh, sorry, man. It's exciting AF. She has probably said with you, yes. Yeah, it's very exciting, man. The future is going to be fucking sweet. So the sooner the government cop the fuck on and let us play live music again, the better.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it will be back in a few months, to be honest with you, because I don't know what your opinion on it is, and I won't go down that rabbit hole. But the vaccination's so high now, you know, it has to fucking come back. Like, you know, you can't be vaccinating everyone and then say you can't do what you used to be able to do. It makes absolutely no sense. Like,
no.
Yeah. If it comes back that soon, that'd be brilliant. I can't wait to get back on stage and actually fucking shout at people.
well, when you have Bloodstock going ahead potentially in a few weeks' time in the UK, like that's a massive festival. Like, so if that's when they're only a bit ahead of us now in vaccinations. We're 50 and they're 62. I believe so. We're right on top of them now. And so if they're putting on a festival in August, like I think September should be real. Ice cream. Fucking wanker. He comes down every fucking night I do this, like dickhead.
Does he have a full-blown PA system in the van, like?
Yeah, he more or less does, and he never sells a fucking thing. I think he just comes down here to annoy me, like fucking 10 to 9 at night, like.
He's selling drugs, so he is. That's what he's doing.
That's one loud ice cream fucking phone.
He potentially could be. He doesn't exactly look he looks a bit fucking rough, all right now. He's got plenty of tattoos that weren't done in a good tattoo parlor, let's put it that way.
Nice.
He was the practice pig, so he was.
I think there's a few fucking green ink ones there. We'll knock on a bit of fucking Oceans of Life in here now for the crack.
Yeah,
go for it, man. Trick around there.
Never slap.
There we go. Ah, it's fading out there, but that's a big step up from your earlier material, anyway, lads.
Oh, sound man. Yeah, it's different, like you know.
Mm.
Yeah, I think that's the element the 7-string brings to 6-string stuff. I guess
Yeah,
a little bit different.
it's nice to try something
Yeah,
kind of out of your comfort zone.
it's. I think it's cool to have like I'm looking forward to getting that stuff down and just switching between the material, like because it sounds so different.
Yeah, when you're chopping
We're
6
the-
to 7
We're the
strings.
same band, but it's just cool to. I think it's cool to like just put down a 6-string in a gig and pick up a 7-string and just have this totally different thing going on. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, a lot of your older material will a lot of it kind of be laid to rest now on the live performance circuit. Like,
no, God no.
It's funny, we're actually kind of digging up older songs that we stopped playing
Yeah.
and we're playing them again now.
Yeah, definitely
There's
not.
a couple of songs off the Strip and Pride to the Bone EP that we just we just didn't play for years, and we're actually looking to like relearn them and put them back into the set.
Yeah.
It's great though because it gives us enough material to play like full hour sets or as long as you want. Like I remember when we did the Tides EP launch in Fibbers, there was no like we got to the end of the set we had written out, and I think Dan Flynn just said, just play whatever you want. So we went and we played a ball of new songs that we hadn't played anywhere before, and a few older ones that we didn't have in the set. So it's nice having a good catalogue of tunes there just to bait out.
Yeah, and Dan Flynn, let's hope he comes back. He was going to with the Armageddon night. Let's hope that let's hope he kicks back off again, because that'd be great for Dublin to get him back up and running again. Like,
Yeah, he's such a legend. He's such a sound chap as well, man.
I remember Dan Flynn pulling the socks off me on stage one night. him and one of our mates decided it'd be a good idea to rob me shoes and my socks while we were playing. Now that's what you want.
That's metal.
Metal as fuck.
That's metal as fuck.
To be honest, like when we took the break and came back, a lot of the promoters that were around were just gone. Like there was a lot of people that we used to book gigs with and stuff, and
they all just dried
just
up.
disappeared. Yeah.
I think Dan kind of had to stop for his health more than anything. I think he was getting a bit too fond of the old Slurpee juice, you know.
Sure. Look, we all go down that road, don't we?
Yeah, but even if he only gets one night a month going again up in Dublin, and with Fibbers there downstairs, but it's open, you know, there's a few more venues as well now that DME have started using, like, so there's, you know, it's hopeful, like, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. No, it's man. Things will come good. Things will come good again, like, you know, and it's gonna be special when it does. Because
I actually seen I think it was Element X posted a picture of the Fibbers upstairs stage.
Yeah.
It's just covered in chairs and stuff, and I just looked at it in pure depression.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see that stage full of life again.
It'll be weird without John Claude there, though.
It will, yeah. It'll probably won't be as loud either.
Yeah, he's a legend. Did you ever get the hairdryer treatment off him?
I got a few bollockins off him before.
yeah, I think a lot of people did.
Shouted at me a couple of times on stage. Sure, look, it's miscommunications. We'll just put it down to that.
That's a rite of passage with him, you know. If you accept him giving you abuse, he usually thinks you're all right after that, you know.
Yeah, this is true. To be honest, we got on very well with John Claude. Like, he could dial in our sound in about 3 minutes because we were up there so often.
Yeah.
We got to a stage where we had to buy him a bottle of vodka.
Yeah, it cost him a lot of money after he left.
What?
Because they had to completely rechange all the sound desk system and everything after he left, because everything he was on analog. There was no digital setup at all.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was using all the old school stuff, and when the new guy came in, we had to redo the entire thing for him.
Jesus. And who's the sound man up there now?
I don't know of him, but I can't remember his name. He went through the Ballyfermot system with Ren from Curragh and Marabou and all them bands, like, so apparently he knows his stuff, like.
Yeah, I remember they changed I think was it Turan was doing the sound downstairs. And
Yeah, new guy got it in down there as well.
Yeah, I'm not too sure who the new lad was now.
He's very good.
Oh, he was good, yeah.
He was very good. But I never caught his name, actually, strange, you know.
I know his name, but I can't think of it. I got a few gigs down there with him, and I thought he was fucking always 100%, you know.
Yeah. Are they pushing the metal downstairs more so?
Yeah, the metal's gone upstairs now. They're more a classic rock type of thing, you know.
Yeah. Like I know they renovate downstairs and it looks an awful lot better, but there's something about the upstairs venue that's just far superior.
Oh yeah.
I think it's probably because you just get the walk-ins as well. I remember we were playing there one night during it was some Ireland versus Spain or something. And
that gig was on.
There was
that was a brilliant gig. A Thursday night,
And they
We
had
had-
all the pubs in the back, and they'd all come together with that massive screen in the smoking area.
Mm-hmm.
And they were all watching this, man, and there was a heavy of viewers in there, up on stage and everything. It was class.
Oh yeah, it was like a hen party got up on stage.
Yeah.
It was, that was a mental.
That was
Everything
fucking
going on.
fantastic.
And then all the Spanish people were just there watching the match. And they just really got into the gig then as well. So, yeah, it was mad one.
Yeah, I had something similar as well back in the day. There was a Brazil were playing the day I was running in there, and negative results were playing, and all of a sudden all these fucking Brazilian lads came out of nowhere and moshing for them, and all fucked off again afterwards. But it was a sight.
Yeah. There's loads of lads doing capoeira and stuff.
That was a bit of crack, and sure, look at myself and another lad. We book gigs in Galway anyway, so when the time comes, we'll give you a shout anyway for a seller gig for definite anyway.
Nice, so
100%,
looking forward to it, dude.
Yeah, and there's the lads in Limerick too. It's your man Reese from New Age Messiah. They have a little promotions company as well. They're getting up and going up there, and maybe they'd be worth hitting up. And of course, Con Doyle and down in Paranoid Beast in Cork, he's fucking sound like he'd sort you out too. Like,
Yeah.
Class, man.
I would have to head down south. As we were saying earlier on, there's something about country gigs that are just, they're class. Like,
Yeah, we have we played Limerick?
yeah, we played
Once.
the Blind Pig in Limerick with negative result actually once. It's pretty cool. It's a small venue though, the Blind Pig.
and of course, there's always Siege of Limerick as well too when it comes back. You know.
That's something we have to try and get
Yeah,
to.
we
because
have to get into
we've
that
never been on the bill before, and
No.
it'd be class. It looks like such a savage gig.
Absolutely wrecked the place, man. Be unreal.
Well, John was involved in the whole Cranium Titanium Award show, and you won that. So, like, that's a big up for you. You know that in his mind. You know that'll put him in your thoughts, like in the thoughts, like.
Yup, fella, he's out now. He's getting bowled.
County
Look
champion.
forward, lad.
Yeah, we'll have to, definitely get in touch and try and organise something. That'd be brilliant.
That's amazing. Yeah, sure, for sure.
Good stuff.
For
Anyway,
sure.
sure, we'll leave it there now. We've got the hour in, and I'll put all your links in the description and all the rest. You're on Spotify, Bandcamp, all the rest, yeah.
Thanks,
Yeah,
Warren,
yeah.
man. Nice one. Pleasure
No,
talking to
bother,
you,
lads.
dude.
Thanks for coming on. Cheers.
No worries, man. Take it easy.
Nice one.